Drink something.
Okay, we are live. Hello, Michael. Hello, David.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Very good. As always, when
Excited?
you're speaking to our community.
Excited for today's announcement?
Of course.
Yeah.
Big step for Vendure.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Where
I would say we wait for a couple of moments and see who else is joining before we start right away.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, LinkedIn. Some people are joining. YouTube also. Yeah. I think we should wait 1 or 2 minutes and then we could start.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
How's the weather in Tirol?
Sunny, but yeah, I think 30 degrees, something like that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. I don't know. As always, hot as always, but not as
I'm just
hot
glad it's
as in
not-
Vienna.
I'm glad it's not the English guy who asked the weather question. That's a surprise.
The English
It's
guy
normally
from
I'm in topic
Vienna.
of conversation.
So
Let's see.
yeah, let's go. I think let's jump in. Martin is also there. Perfect. Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Do it.
So let me extend a warm welcome to the entire community and also to David and Michael. David, our co-founder and CEO of Vendure, and Michael, our co-founder and CTO. My name is Matthias. I'm responsible for sales and partnerships at Vendure. And today we would like to give you and the community or everybody who's joining a preview on our partner program that we are planning to launch this year. We previewed it, or basically we mentioned it briefly in our last Q&A a couple of weeks ago, which was, I think, a success. We had a fantastic discussion back then, and today we would like to share some more details on the partner program. So let's get right into it. I'll start with the agenda and then hand over to David to give a short introduction to Vendure, just for everybody to recap. So today we'd like to cover actually what is a Vendure partner. So what do we mean by partnering up with us? What do you get for it? What's in it for you as a partner agency? Then Michael and I will give you a brief insight into the Developer Academy that we're also planning to launch. So in order to become a partner, you'll have to certify your developers. We will give you a brief overview on what that means and what we have in store for you for the next upcoming months. And then we'll dive into the partnership levels and the benefits, or what is actually included in every partnership level. And then at the end of the presentation, we'll have an open feedback round and a Q&A session. But I would like to welcome and invite everyone to share the questions within the YouTube live chat. So we will try to answer them as best as possible. If we can, if we see them along the presentation, we will try to answer them during the presentation, but we'll keep most of them until the end of the presentation. So David, maybe you can give us a brief introduction on Vendure, just so everybody's on the same page.
Of course. What is Vendure? Yeah, basically, I think it's the greatest open source headless e-commerce system out there. I think there's no question around that. Well, what is Vendure? Vendure was founded initially by Michael. He developed it based on a use case he had in his family business, and he wasn't really happy with the solutions out there that have been there at the time he was starting. And my team and I from Alpine 11 found him and basically found Vendure. And then we said, man, that's such a great system, and we need to spread the word and make it as big as possible together with Michael. And he should focus on the product itself, and we are responsible for the infrastructure around. And that's why we founded the joint venture with headquarters in Vienna. It's based in Vienna, but we are thinking internationally, so there are no borders for us in terms of that. And maybe you can jump right to the next slide. Who's the team behind Vendure right now? I mean, you see my face right there. I'm the CEO of the company and the co-founder. I'm responsible for technology partnerships, the strategy around the infrastructure, the company itself. Then we have Michael, of course, the godfather of Vendure, who is doing the development work and leading the product team in the future. Then we have Max, who will be responsible for the operations, the day-to-day business inside of Vendure. And he will be also a guy to look after when you are thinking about being a partner with Vendure. And last but not least, we have Matthias, who is our guy for partnerships and sales. And he will be also your contact point at Vendure when you're thinking about getting certified, getting your partnership signed, and joining us on our journey in the future. And I think we should maybe talk a little bit about our mission of Vendure. And it's clear for us to always stay open source at our core. I mean, Vendure was open source the last few years and will be open source the next years, as long as GitHub will be live and on air. If GitHub dies, we need to find another solution, but I think that's also no problem for us. What our goal is, basically, we want to be the leading headless e-commerce system in the world, and really a native headless e-commerce system. That means for us that we are building for headless first, and not like other software or e-commerce systems out there that are delivering headless as a third or second or whatever channel to their software, and treat it like a small baby that doesn't really bring that revenue they want. And we are really focused on that headless system, or that headless approach, because it is our for us, it's the way to go in the future, and that's why we're committing on that. And because we want to build the leading headless e-commerce system in the world, we need strong partners, because partners, agencies, developers are those guys who are implementing those solutions at our clients. And they are basically building the solutions for the client's problem, basically. And that's why we are so focused on getting our partner program on live and building the best partner program ever that you have seen out there for an open source system like us. And that's basically our mission, also to build a great team around Vendure, not only on the tech side, like development side, but also for marketing and sales, and all the positions we need. So if you're interested in working for Vendure, of course, maybe you can hit us up in our Slack community, our Slack channel, or just write us a quick email. Maybe we can talk about that, and you will be on our shortlist for the future. And I think now enough from my side for now. Let's go on with the real stuff.
Thank you, David. Then let me just dive into the next topic, just as I highlighted it in the agenda. What is actually a Vendure partner? We had this question quite a few times also in the community, and we've been throwing around the word partner and partnerships for some time already. also to spark some interest in the community. And the feedback has been definitely there that there is a need for a partnership program. And David just highlighted, we would like to build basically the future, or we want to shape the future of headless commerce, and that is only possible with partners. And what is a Vendure partner? So we would like to have you join as an agency or implementation partner who is building already e-commerce projects, e-commerce solutions. That could be, you could be a solopreneur, freelancer at this point, a single developer, or you could be an agency of any size. So we will have partner models or partner levels to cater for every need. A Vendure partner implements headless e-commerce solutions for their clients, and we actually strive for high quality e-commerce solutions here. So that also means that those partners are constantly aiming to improve their solutions and also want to build plugins for the Vendure ecosystem. So we will support you on that. We will give you a platform for that. We will review your plugins. You will have a possibility to publish them with us. Generally speaking, as we've mentioned before, the community is at the heart of Vendure. So our Vendure community only lives and grows and strives through active contribution. So we would like you as a partner to become an even more active contributor to the Vendure community. And that comes per basically, as you join, you will become a more active contributor because you will have access to more resources. We will partner up with you in a way that we discuss almost on a daily basis with you how to shape Vendure and shape the future of headless commerce with us. As I mentioned before, we have a developer academy in store for you, which will start also with the partner program in a, let's say, pre-release version. And all your developers will have to go through the certification, or at least a number of developers that will be working with Vendure within your company, within your agency, will have to go through the certification. And that also means that we ensure the highest quality of training, we ensure the highest quality of certification, that you can deliver the best products possible. So I think that pretty much sums up what a partner is for us. And we would like to actively also shape the partner program with you and with your feedback. Then, of course, if you join us, I'm sure you're asking yourself, so what's in it for me? What do I get? And this is just a brief overview. We will go into detail with the different partner levels of every part of the features and the benefits that you will gain from joining us. And as I've mentioned before, you gain exclusive access to high quality resources and tech support. So there will be 2 levels of partnerships where you gain more access to tech support. Right now, the community is an immensely valuable resource of support for all the projects that you're working on. And also Michael has been amazing at answering all the questions and delivering tech support. But we will make sure that within a partnership that is within a higher scale partnership, you will actually receive tech support from our experts. Then with a partner program or as a partner, you will actually be able to gain more trustworthiness towards your customers. You will receive a badge that you can display on your website. You will be listed on our partner profile page and so on. So in the end, when it comes to convincing your clients of new technologies such as Vendure, you need trustworthiness. We will help you with that with the partner program. And also, as I said, showcase your company and projects on our website, as well as your case studies. I think with the immense variety of projects that are out there, it's helpful if you have a library of case studies where people know what is possible with Vendure. The possibilities are almost limitless with headless commerce. So I think it's important that we give you a platform to showcase your case studies, and you will be able to do that within the partner program. Then workshops, consultation, exclusive chats will also be part of the program, where we give you the chance to get in touch with us on a more detailed level. We will send out event invitations. We will have fireside chats, basically virtual. We are planning a conference for next year for the first time ever, where you as a partner can have a more active role. So I think that's extremely important in the end, not just the community that we have virtually, but also sharing the knowledge within the partner program, between partners, and with the team that will be at your disposal. Then when it comes to selling your projects and selling your solutions, we will team up with you. We will help you get the word out. We will help you initiate sales activities. And I think that's an extremely valuable key feature of the partner program. We need to learn from each other. We will learn from each other, but we will also help you with marketing material and sales initiatives in this regard. And then also we're adding, basically, despite being open source, when we build plugins, when we build new features, we would like to invite you also to gain an early preview of these features and these plugins, and maybe even give in your feedback. So you will have access to early access to all these new features, so we can discuss them with you and we can build the best possible features and plugins that you actually benefit from. Let's dive a bit into the Developer Academy. I would like to invite Michael also here to jump in whenever I mention a couple of points. We will start with a pre-release version, as I mentioned, with the Developer Academy, because starting November 1st, this is when the official launch of the program is, of the partner program is, we will have to have a possibility to certify your developers. We will start with the certification exam already in October in the pre-enrollment or in the enrollment period. And in 2023, we will launch a version that contains a standard track and a premium track for within the Developer Academy with different features. However, in the pre-release period of the first 12 months, we will offer you this certification exam and the early documentation that you will need to really get everyone on the same page, have training documents ready for a price of 200 euros for the first 12 months. That gives you an early access. And once we launch the full-fledged Developer Academy version, you will have instant access at the same price. And once the 12 months are over, we will enroll you basically into a monthly scheme, starting at 25 euros per month for the standard and premium version for 40 euros. That will also include regular live calls with our product team and also more premium video content that we will add as we go along every month. Michael, do you want to give a short introduction or preview of what the certification exam will look like? I think that's especially interesting for everyone listening.
Yeah, definitely. I want to talk a bit about the idea about behind the academy and the certification, and especially coming from a developer viewpoint, right? I'm a developer mainly, and I've got to say, one kind of thought I have when I hear about academies and certifications is like, why do we need this? Is this framework so hard to use that you can't use it without an academy or getting certified? So I want to address that. So for those who know Vendure and who've been following our journey over the years, you know that developer experience is like the top priority for me personally. I don't want Vendure to be something that you need a PhD in to use. I don't want it to take like years of torturous trial and error to figure out how to get things done in it. No, but at the same time, the domain e-commerce is huge. The amount of requirements and different use cases and different projects that you run into is massive. So commensurate with that, the Vendure API is big, because in Vendure we try and give you everything that you need to handle your specific use case. So the result is we have an expansive API covering all these different eventualities and aspects. So it's a point of developer experience, right? There's no point having a great API that lets you do everything if developers only know a small part of it and can only use a small part of it, because the products that they get with that knowledge is not going to be what it should be. So the point of the Developer Academy and this whole drive with certification as well is quality. Like, how can we help you to learn the API, to have it on the kind of tip of your fingers, so whenever you run into a problem or a particular requirement, you can reach into your toolbox and grab the API that you need and apply it. that's the point. That's what I want to achieve through it. So once you've got these basics down, you know, once you know these APIs, once you know how and when to use them, development becomes a joy. As a developer, I'm not only building Vendure, I'm also a Vendure user. I'm building projects with it. So, you know, I know that feeling like when you kind of know the API, you're in flow, you can just build things easily. It's very, very nice. And for the stakeholders, it's also great because things happen faster and you get a better end result. So it's good all around. Now, in terms of the certification exam, so I've just been working on this recently, and it was a really, really interesting and cool thing to do, to work on an exam. Like, what questions should we put in there? And I want to tell you, it's not going to be some kind of like nightmare tech interview whiteboard scenario where you've got to know these like minute trivia about the Vendure APIs. No, the whole point of the certification is how can we gauge whether you can use Vendure to get a good result. So I've tried to gear the questions towards just finding out, well, you know, in a real life scenario, given this situation, do you know which API to reach for and how to use it? So the goal is, if you pass the certification exam, you can build with Vendure, and that can be a badge of honor for yourself, and it can be a badge of confidence for those like prospective clients of yourself or of your agency. That's the idea.
Thank you, Michael. Is there anything following after the certification exam, or is that when I can start right away?
Are you asking me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So after the certification exam, we will have an additional step, which will be with me. We'll have a chat, and we'll have a more of an informal discussion, and we'll be able to probe some different areas and just get a bit more of an insight into how you're thinking with using Vendure to build your projects. And that's just like the final step of making sure this person knows Vendure. And we as Vendure, the company, are happy to give a certification because, you know, we are the gatekeepers of quality. It's down to us to make sure that this certification actually means something. It's not just you know, something that's easy to come by. It actually means that you can develop with Vendure, and we got to ensure that.
Martin is just saying it's the end boss fight for certification. I think that describes it well.
Yeah, although yeah, fight's maybe not the best word, but yeah, end boss, I don't mind that.
All right, thank you, Michael. Let's move on and share the details of the different partner levels. As I've mentioned before, we will have a certain set of partner levels. Initially we will start with 3 levels, the bronze, the silver, and the gold partner level. And in 2023, we will also launch based on the success of the program and the reviews and the different partnerships that we will be having. We will also launch a platinum partnership, which will go more into the strategic cooperation between Vendure and the specific partner. But that will be an invite-only program, so we will share more highlights and more details as we go along. But today we will focus on the 3 levels, bronze, silver, and gold. You will see the badges here. These are the ones that you have to earn once you apply for it. And we allow an easy entry at the bronze program. If you want to intensify your partnership with us, then the silver partnership is for you, for, let's say, small agencies, mid agencies. And the gold partner level partnership is basically the full-fledged version, which will allow you to really exploit the full potential with us. Let's go into the first one, the bronze partnership. So as with every partner program, there will be entry requirements that you have to fulfill. And for the bronze partnership, we wanted to keep them relatively low. We want to have full accessibility for everyone interested in working with us and interested in wearing the badge of being a Vendure partner with honor. And you will need to have at least 1 Vendure project completed. We will review that together. One of your developers, so in this case, This is specifically tailor-made for solopreneurs or really small agencies. Will have to be certified by us, and we would ask you to hand in one case study, which we can also publish on the website per year. But for that, you will at least get your badge. You will be able to showcase your profile on our website, and we will invite you for exclusive events and discussion rounds and so on. So it will be at a cost of €0 per annum. You will be officially a Vendure partner. I think that's a really straightforward partnership that we have here, and will allow for smaller partners to easily onboard themselves into our partner program. Moving on to the silver partnership, the entry requirements will be a bit higher. So we believe that especially small agencies who have worked with Vendure and have worked with other e-commerce frameworks in the past will be able to successfully complete and hand in 2 Vendure projects. We've seen in the showcase of our Slack community, we've seen different examples of that. And we would ask at least 5 Vendure certified developers to go through our program, and 2 case studies or more per year handed in. What do you get for that? Because we will ask you to contribute with a partnership fee of €4,000 per year. You will get next level Vendure support from us. So you will have direct access to our experts, and we will help you because we know that time is of essence and time is money. Once you're dealing with more complex projects, you need answers and solutions quickly. So you will have direct access to our experts. As with the bronze partnership, you will get the badge. You will be able to highlight your profile on our website. And also, as I've mentioned before, you can hand in your plugins for review and submit them basically, and we will handle the review with a preferred speed within 48 hours. You'll be able to push them out at a faster pace, so we can also ensure higher quality. And in addition to the early access to new features and to plugins and so on, as I said before, you will also be able to book and get exclusive consultations with us, access to workshops and other consulting services. So we will add, as we go along, we will add also more features to the silver partnership. We think that especially for small to mid-sized agencies, this is the perfect way to start with us. And if you want to take it a notch higher, then we have our gold partnership, which is the full-fledged version of our partnerships that will require you to hand in at least 5 Vendure projects, 5 completed Vendure projects, and certify an amount of 10 developers within your team. And you will have to hand in 5 case studies per year, which I think, if you have completed 5 Vendure projects, is an easy task to achieve. You will get enhanced gold standard support in this regard. So all the perks that you get with the silver partnership, you will have an added live call support function. So you can basically have live calls with our team and have your problems, your challenges solved with the team directly. And your partnership profile will be ranked and viewed much higher on the Vendure partnership website. So visibility is important in this regard. And the plugin review time will be reduced to 24 hours. So we will give our utmost to really give you the fastest support we can do. And as a special perk, as I mentioned before, the Vendure conference that we're planning, you will have exhibition possibilities for the conference, and we will go into a bit more of a strategic partnership with you and really try to set up something that is of real value for you. This is an overview of most of the features that will be included in every partnership level. And we will also publish this in a blog article that went live today. So you will be able to review and read all these details one more time on the blog article. one of the most important questions in this regard, how do I become a partner? It's a fairly straightforward process. So maybe some of you have already seen the form that we have posted on our partner website on the landing page of the on the partner landing page. We have been receiving your partnership applications in the past couple of weeks. I've been sorting them, going through them. We have gone into discussions with a few of you, but we will officially launch the enrollment period on the 1st of October. So until then, you can still sign up. And once we start with the enrollment process on the 1st of October, we will review your application within the team within 48 hours and get back to you. So once we see that there is a potential for you to become a partner, we will start and initiate the talk, a discussion, and set up a call between our team and the prospective partner to discuss all the possibilities. And once that call is basically successful, we will ask you to go through the certification process. As Michael just mentioned, there will be exams for your developers, and we will ask you to basically go through that process within the first couple of weeks. And once that is successful, you will be accepted to become a partner, and a partnership agreement will be signed, and we would like to then hand out certificates to you and your team, so you can officially name yourself a Vendure partner. What are the next steps for the partner program? So today we are previewing the partner program and having the Q&A, and also, as I just said, we launched a blog article on our website. In September, we are planning to launch a landing page with more details, with more features of the partner program. And you'll already be able to hand in your application. However, we will only start with the pre-registration period in October. So that's when we actually start contacting you. And that's when we start reviewing all the applications in detail. The official launch is planned for November the 1st. So that's when the certification period starts. And that's when the Developer Academy actually goes live in the pre-release version. And we will have a look at the program over the next 6 to 12 months and review it constantly, work with your feedback, and try to improve it on a monthly basis. So we will be able also to launch next year's Platinum partnership. That actually that's actually from everything from my side. So we would like to start with the open feedback and the Q&A session. And I'm just going to have a look at the chat if there's any questions that we want to answer right away. And the first one is, when would the enterprise plugins be released? From Andre. Thank you, Andre, for the question. I think this is a question that I can hand over to Michael for now.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a good question because you did mention about plugin review and so on. So that ties in with that. So just for those who don't know, a bit of background, we are planning a plugin marketplace. So as Vendure is, the architecture is very plugin oriented, we will have some plugins that won't be open source. You'll be available to license to use in your projects. So to the question, when will it be released? We don't actually have a date for that at the moment. We are working on building out the MVP of the marketplace. And we'll start off with the first party plugins, which are written by us, the Vendure team. And then, as we've hinted at, it will be open to third parties, to partners and so on to list. So I'm afraid I can't give you like an exact date, but we will be having a kind of pre-release phase. So if you're interested in that, then please contact me on Slack, if you're in Slack, or through email, and I can give you some more details.
Thank you, Michael. Next question from Ashish. Hello, team. As a non-developer, we respect Michael's work. It's also requested to you, please make a support plan for non-developers. So the way I understand it here is, since Vendure is agencies working with Vendure also need to push it out to their clients. There will be consultants working with Vendure and trying to sell it. Will we offer support in this regard? I think David, you might have some details on that, because I think we also we had the question in the past saying, okay, once you publish the partner program and once you charge for that, what do you actually get for that? So I think this is maybe also a good bridge to that topic.
Yeah, I think there are two things when you are working in IT or selling IT project and then building it. First, you need to sell them, and afterwards you can build them. So you always have two phases. First, you really need to understand how to sell headless e-commerce projects. What are like hidden problems that are not visible on first sight, where you really need to understand the infrastructure and the headless approach as a consultant, also as a salesman. So we are also planning not only doing a developer academy, but also a consultant or sales academy on how to sell, basically headless e-commerce projects with Vendure. And that will be a big part of my work on teaching you guys how to sell it to your potential clients, basically. And so we will also implement, of course, one or more courses on selling and consulting for and with Vendure. And basically, to the one point that Matthias mentioned about the value we are giving back with the value you are receiving with the Vendure Developer Academy or the Vendure Academy as a complete platform. For us, it's really important that your developers or you as a developer, that you get onboarded into our infrastructure, into our way of working really fast, and you can maintain a certain standard or a certain quality over the years, because our product is changing, and so you also have to change over time. And that's why we are doing a model of monthly payments, because then we are able to produce new content every time a new version is released, every time we push new version releases, and every time the market changes in terms of benefits of headless e-commerce. We want to push and produce new content for you guys and publish it on the academy. And that's, I think, the value we are giving back to our community. And I think I've never seen something similar like that with other systems out there, not in the e-commerce space, and also not in other spaces like ERP systems or CRM systems. So it's really, our goal is to support you as good as possible, not only as a developer, but also as a consultant, as an agency owner, as a salesman, as whatever you like. If you want to sell and build with Vendure, we will teach you what you need, basically. I think that sums it up really good. I hope, Ashish, your question is answered. There's also one comment from Martin, maybe.
So he likes the partnership levels that do not only depend on the money, but also on value delivered back to Vendure in form of skill completed projects and case studies. Correct.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's a matter of quality again, as I touched on before. It's the partner program is not just a money making enterprise of Vendure GmbH. It's a way that we can all ensure that there is like a high quality ecosystem that engenders trust. And when people hear that a project's built on Vendure, you kind of get the idea, wow, it's going to be pretty good then, because they got very high quality standards in that community, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. We got another interesting comment.
Hi guys, in context of partnership, it would be extremely important to me to have a possibility to hear more about the future of Vendure and plans for roadmap 1 year ahead.
Yeah, I think we already published some major topics for the upcoming year on our website. Maybe Max in the background can find the right link and post it in the comments. Basically, what our focus for the next year is bringing out version 2, of course, or maybe also this year. There is no fixed timeline yet, and I don't want to spoil anything in front of Michael right now.
I can talk about it in a minute.
You can talk about it afterwards. Yeah. We'll focus heavily on developer academy partnership, building the infrastructure, building a network of professionals that are working with Vendure and working with us on building the greatest product. Of course, there will be product development ongoing all day, every night, with a lot of coffee and with a lot of energy drinks. But our main goal for next year is to really lay the foundation for the upcoming years. That's our goal, because that's pretty important for us as an open source system, or primarily open source system, to get the basics done, if you want to say it like that. And besides that, we will launch a lot of new features, of course, but building the infrastructure is number one priority. And of course, product development always has some special priority in every IT company, I think. But maybe Michael can give some outlook on what is coming in the future.
Yeah, I can comment. I mean, we're having a few questions about roadmap and version 2 and stuff like this, so I'll talk a bit about that. So first of all, there was one just saying, is there a roadmap? And yes, there is. Can I share my screen? Actually, let me try. Do I just press share here? Share screen. Okay. I think I'm sharing my screen now. Okay, so if you're in the Vendure project on GitHub, we have a projects tab up here and Vendure roadmap. I'll put a link in the comments. So this is a roadmap, which is what I'm using day to day to organize my work as I'm working on the framework. So everything's done in the open. You can see exactly what I'm doing and when I'm doing it. So the major milestones we've got coming up, version 1.7, as you can see, there's only 2 tasks here outstanding. I've been working on this week. I want to get it out this week. That's the idea. So barring major disasters, it should be out this week. Version 1.8 follows after that. And typically we're looking at, between 4 to 6, maybe 8 weeks between minor versions. The interesting features coming up in that version are things like admin created orders. We're planning a better kind of scheduled tasks system. And then the big one that people are interested in is version 2. And I won't go over all of these because there's quite a few features that we plan. Some are large, one is extra large, and so on. But check it out for yourself. So I'd like to address in particular, let me stop sharing. In particular, we've been asked about like multi-vendor marketplace. I can put that on up here. So Andre asks, can you tell us more about the multi-vendor marketplace and what do you think Vendure will be doing better than other competitors? So multi-vendor marketplace, the idea is that it will become, at the moment, it's possible with Vendure to use the channels feature to implement multi-vendor or marketplace type applications, and a few projects have been built or are being built like that. The thing that's going to change is that it's going to become in version 2 a first-class use case of Vendure. So it will be as easy to set up as any other thing that you can set up right now. Like in the dashboard, you'll be able to set up everything you need, or in the Vendure config, and there won't be a requirement for much custom development of UI screens and new kind of workflows, new custom mutations and entities and all this kind of stuff. That will all be handled by the core framework. What will it be doing better than other competitors? Well, I mean, I don't know of any kind of modern open source solution that's doing multi-vendor. If you do, then definitely let me know, because I'm always looking for inspiration. But we have a big issue on the roadmap. If you look at that, there's like lots and lots of input from people who have this use case. And as with anything in Vendure, it's going to be informed by the pragmatic needs of the people who want to build these kind of applications. So the full features are not yet finalized, but read the thread on the roadmap and you'll get a pretty good idea of what to expect.
Yeah, maybe I can give my 2 cents also on that topic. Most of the systems out there that are offering multi-vendor or marketplace support are just focusing on selling stuff. Like you are selling as a marketplace stuff to your customers. But the hardest part, especially as a marketplace, is to deliver your sellers, your partners, a great experience, basically, not only your clients or your customers on the storefront. And there are certain things like multi-tenant taxing, also multi-tenant shipping calculation, and so on, that are really, really hard to solve. And I think I've built a marketplace myself from scratch, and I know how hard it is to really do it in a way how it works and not like doing the stupid mistakes that I have done at the beginning. And Vendure will give you a straight on best practice version of a marketplace, how you can do it. And then, of course, you have options to modify the core feature as you want with the plugin system and so on. And I think that's where the big difference is. We are focusing also on the backend, on the administration, on your sellers, on your manufacturers, or however you want to call them, and not only on the clients on the storefront. And I think that's the big, big difference between us and the competitors that are maybe out there. Yeah. Also, an interesting question from Ram. I don't think we have the plan, to be honest. I mean, we are an e-commerce system, not a CRM. I mean,
yeah,
there is already some custom management in there, I think.
Yeah. And in general, this is kind of a philosophical point on how we go about deciding what goes into Vendure. It's like we focus on the core commerce thing, and there are entire companies doing CRM because it's huge and it's complex, and there's entire companies just doing CMS. So it's unlikely that we have a CRM or a CMS as a core part of Vendure, because if we're trying to do one thing and do it really well. And other companies or other projects can handle other things really well. And with headless and composable commerce, the idea is you can join these together and you can have like this really great solution that does everything well.
Exactly. Maybe we plan on connecting Vendure to solutions like Zapier or Make or Integromat, or however they are called. I mean, there are a lot of them out there. So you can build your connections to every system they have in their store, and you can connect your CRM, your CMS, whatever, to Vendure.
Yeah.
Now another nice question from Yannick.
Is it planned to make the entire admin UI customizable? Yes, this is something I really want to solve. So the admin UI at the moment is somewhat customizable. You can supply like certain screens or certain form inputs and so on. But really, I want to reach a point where you can literally substitute any component in the entire admin UI with your own custom component. And that could be like a particular, like the fulfillment dialogue. You have a special thing you want to do on that or whatever, or even like menu items. So the answer is yes, that is planned. I've currently got like no idea how we do it, but these are the kind of technical problems that I like to, sink my teeth into and try and figure out. So I don't think it's even on the V2 timeline, but it's definitely something I'm looking into doing. Yeah. Pricing for multi-vendor. Yeah, well, like the multi-vendor stuff we were talking about, the idea is actually just part of core Vendure MIT licensed $0. So pretty good deal.
Yeah, another good question where I could work on the topic. high-level topic especially for B2B commerce. And you can be happy because maybe you have seen the first or second slide. What Matthias has shown is that with Alpine 11, which is a shareholder of Vendure, where we founded Vendure together, we are only focusing on B2B commerce, and we are building B2B e-commerce solutions with Vendure, and only B2B e-commerce. So basically, we work day and night on building the best B2B platforms out there, which are a perfect match for the requirements B2B buyers have in this next generation, of course. And so what is planned? Basically, I don't think most of the features will be part of the core, but we will publish a lot of plugins that are available for free, and also enterprise plugins on certain things that B2B platforms need to do. For example, custom price lists for every customers, or complex company hierarchy that you have to build within Vendure, or release processes for orders in the checkout, so that if you have, for example, a rule that over 5,000 euro, a second one, a manager has to confirm the order, and below that the order goes through right away. That are features that are used in P2P and that are necessary in P2P, and we will publish them as plugins. Some will be open source and free. Some will be enterprise plugins that will be available on our marketplace. And the goal is basically that you have the best e-commerce system, of course, for B2B out there. I think, and we know it, it's a big market, that the B2B area. A lot of companies are now beginning to transform their companies to digitalize sales processes, and we want to have Vendure as the tool for you guys, that you can help those companies and build e-commerce platforms with Vendure and not have to start from scratch every time. I think that's the big point. So yeah, there will be a lot of B2B features. But there is no certain roadmap. We will share a high-level roadmap in the following weeks. We're working on that so that we have a beautiful roadmap on the website that is also usable for non-techies that have no clue what GitHub really is, and that you can share it with your manager or your coworkers or whatever. So we're working on that. So I think that's it.
I think that's it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No more questions so far.
Yeah. I think to sum it up, we love to get your applications, submit one. We love to talk to you. Matthias loves to talk to everybody. We want to have you as our partner. If you love to build solutions with Vendure, apply. It's just a form, some simple fields. Take your time to, basically talk to Matthias. Really look at the options we are offering in terms of partnership levels. What makes sense for you in your stage of your business right now. And for us, it's the same excitement if somebody requests a bronze partnership as a gold partnership, of course, because we value everybody the same in our community. And that's it basically from my side. It was great speaking to you, Michael and Matthias, and to the community.
Thank you, David.
And
I can also just extend the offer. The community, the Slack community, has been great, and just hit me up there, send me a message if you have any questions with regards to the partner program. And for anyone else, just send us your application through, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So until then, thank you very much, guys. Michael,
okay. Have a great day or night, or wherever you're at. Have a great day.
All right. See you soon, everyone.
All right.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.